Yes, people. Welcome to Saeed TV and welcome to the Mandem Talk. And listen, it's going to be an interesting Mandem Talk. Big up to everybody who's locked in. 100 of you's already in the chat. Well done for coming here. Big up to everybody supporting the channel. Make sure you guys, all 100 of you, smash that like button right now. Hit the like button. Let's get the likes up to 100 straight away. Big up to the community. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the Mandem involved. We got man like Kaz in the building. Man like Kaz, what are you telling me? Good.
Yeah, man, I'm just hungry, fam.
Come on. Hungry for the money or hungry because you've got food?
I bit of both. Just give me that oil, man, as well, alongside it, on the side. Don't mind it.
Shameless.
I never got into City about oil and nothing like that. Anyways, I'm in the clear.
Listen, we love to see it. We love to see it. We got man like Dom in the building. Dom, what are you telling me? You good?
Bro, man, I've had 2 lunches and 2 dinners, man. So I'm good, man. I'm ready,
Come
bro.
on. The gains. Come on. What are you telling me? And obviously we got Faz in the building as well. He'll be here.
I'm here, man. Chill.
Here?
You know how I do. I have to make an introduction. They thought I was not going to turn my camera on. Listen, man is in the suite, man. Just not in Qatar this time. It's not in Qatar. Still in the UK. People thought I might be in Qatar, man, but it's all right. I'm here, man. I'm on.
You look like you're in a penthouse there.
I'm doing some work for, some low-key work. You lot will see that soon. Couple people been calling me, ringing the phone. But yeah, man, I'm here. I'm here. And look, we brought Planet Faz on road for you lot, man, for Saeed TV especially.
Bro, have you got kicked out of your house? You got kicked out of your house? Mrs. left you? Shut up, brother. Mate, this is a safe space, man. It's a safe space, man. You know what I mean?
Mandem chat, bro. I think if that was the case, I'd be sat next to Saeed, man. I'd be so surfing in Saeed's house.
Yeah, to be fair, that doesn't look like a travel lodge, bro. So you must be all right. To be fair, still.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Just look, bro. This is pretty nice, man. I got a kitchen over. This is like apartment hotel, man. I don't know travel lodge. Nah, man. Anyways, people who get travel lodge, big up to you, though. Still, big up to you, man.
Bro, there's danger in this drink. I tell you, man. I tell you it right now.
Nah, big up, man. Big up, man. Listen, we have some interesting developments. So yesterday we found out that the Glazers are open to selling the football club, and today Jim Radcliffe has renewed his interest in buying Man United and is said to be serious. Anyways, has a rule when launching takeovers that they expect investment to pay off or increase significantly in their value after 3 years. Dom, what we saying, man? We've got Jim Radcliffe, and we've also got the UAE guy who, again, their investors they want to buy the football club. What are you saying, bro? What are you saying? Because there's also interest from Middle East, from Dubai. So what we saying, bro? Like, what are you thinking? Middle East or Jim Radcliffe?
You know what? I've got a theory about this, right? I've been thinking about this in my lunch break, right? Just to make sure, just in case he's watching. You know, I haven't been working today. I think there's been a situation where the club is trying to protect itself and get investment. I don't think they actually want to sell the club. I don't think they actually want to sell the club. I think they just want to get investment, and they've used it as a 2-prong approach to cut out the noise with Ronaldo and to basically get investment to fix the stadium. The stadium is done. It's a Sega Mega Drive, man. It is a bust-up shoe with no laces. It is not good. So they need to get that investment. But what I'm going to see, if you look at the statement, it's very clear. It says this does not mean that we will be selling the club. Like,
but the same way it went for Liverpool as well, though.
But this is what I mean. So what could actually happen, though? Sometimes when you start to get a bicycle down a road, it's flat, but they start to get momentum down the hill, they might not be able to control this because they might get offers that they weren't thinking they would get. So even if they had the intention of not selling and just raising capital investment, this might be bigger than what they actually seen. So when you get investors from Dubai and all these little people start to turn their heads. So I'm not saying that it's not going to get sold, but I don't think the intention initially was to sell the club. And I'm not going to say there's some stuff I've heard, but I'm not going to say where I've heard it from. But I think it could go. But in terms of the owners, man, I'll be honest with you, I don't really care. I don't really care where the money comes from. I just want the person with the money to look at what's happened before and not make the same mistakes. That's all I'm asking for, man. Don't make the same mistakes. Try and pay off what you can. but think about what you want the club to look like because you've got the right manager in place. Just drive the car and don't crash it. That's all I'm asking for.
Absolutely. Ganzo, big up to you, goes. I still back the Glazers. They will bring me in Mbappe. What will your owners bring you? Only a new stadium, training ground, better infrastructure, actual football plan, no depth. I'm fine. Thanks, though. IG. Ganzo he's gonna get Kaz very, very angry now. You know what I mean? So, Kaz, have you got anything to say to that? You know what I mean? Do you think
we're getting sold, man. If anyone from a business mind, anybody that you don't eat, bro, you could even do B-Tech level business back in flipping high school, secondary school, whatever you want to call it, to know that's a failing business, man. And you know you're gonna run as much money as possible. That's probably, if you look at it from a Glazers perspective, that's probably the best bit of business you could ever think about. They didn't even put a penny into that club. They didn't buy the club for any penny out of their own pocket, except actually, to be fair, I think they put about 200 million, and now they're about to sell it for what? 7 billion, 8 billion. That's
profit
on a business point of view. That's tremendous business. Same thing with FSG. They bought the club, Liverpool, 300 million or whatever, and now they're about to sell it for about 4 billion in 7 years. Except this time, look, everyone knows it's a sinking ship, and they can't afford to keep dipping out the credit out of the bank like they did in the summer to get us some transfers. Bro, they're broke. They need money. They need to get out, and they know they need to get out fast. It's evidently there. I think there's too many people involved for it to not go there. I feel like there will get an offer that they really just can't refuse at the end of the day, with everything going on. Like, there's just too many people. There's just too many people involved, man. Yeah, they don't need to sell on. It's not guaranteed, but they will. Trust me, money talks. Everything has a price in this world. Believe me, except life. Life is priceless. But other than that, yeah, remember when I was last on here? I think it was the last time I was on it talking about the Glazers, and I said Jim Ratcliffe, the whole, remember he said that he didn't want a Premier club, and I was saying that there was a non-disclosure agreement that was initially reported, but I got called giddy and stuff like that. But now he's openly out there trying to get the club. Bro, rate me some more, please. Please. Anyways, what I want to go across as well, Ratcliffe as well, he ain't got 8 billion in the bank, bro. He's worth about $30 billion, bro. Team Ineos, his thing that he owns 2/3 of, is about 60 billion pounds worth. You don't need hundreds of billions of pounds to run a successful football club. I don't get this. The richer, the better. Bring me the oil. Like, I don't mind it because I've seen what these Middle Easterns will do for your club. They will make it super, bro. Like, they will make it top notch. Yeah, I get it. Ratcliffe has got his Leeds club and he's got his Switzerland club, and it hasn't looked great. But trust me, man, like, I don't care who I don't care who just get the fucking Glazers out the club as soon as possible. They've clearly been working on this since about May. Go do your checks and stop calling me giddy, because I was being right all along.
Big up Nate H says we need major investment in multiple areas of the club. And I want to bring a serious question up. Big up to Waz, my analytics, says, where are those who are post Qatar, the same individuals who are okay with Saudi, Dubai taking over United? I thought we care about human rights. The thing is, with this was, we do care. We do. I think everybody does care about human rights and whatnot. But I think ultimately, if we start to magnify every owner, we will find flaws, and we'll find major flaws in every single owner. What do you do then as a fan? What do you do then as a fan? Do we just say we keep the Glazers? We also have to, correct their wrongdoings and whatnot, and call them out. But at the same time, what can you do as a fan?
You know what it is.
But the thing is, can we not do this politics? But you know what I don't get, yeah? I don't get. Sorry, no. This is what I mean on a hypocritical level. Every single time there was a major issue, and you know what issues I'm talking about, bro. When it goes on in the world, they say don't bring politics into football. But now, when it suits them about stuff, they want to bring politics into football. This whole Qatar situation, like you said, if you dip into every little market, you'll find something wrong. Let's not go on like the Western world has got everything right, bro. And if you actually deep it with Qatar and everything that goes around, let's get this straight. They're not anti-homosexual. It goes, the same thing applies to people that are straight and homosexual and whatever sexual you want to be classed as. Just don't display it in public. It's as simple as that. But why is it's just, I just don't, it's a fake message. I don't like it. This armband, this stuff, this taking the knee stuff, it's all empty messages, bro. They don't really care. It don't do anything, man. It's just a propaganda. And I don't really want to talk about that at the moment, innit? Personally, I come here to
absolutely. We
talk
just had
about
to
get
mention
giddy.
that.
I want to get giddy with the Mandem, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
like,
of
you know what
course,
I mean?
man.
About like, you know what I mean?
Of course. Big up to Tyrone for coming into the chat. Make sure you go and follow the Never a Foul crew. Faz, what are you saying? Because you were talking about you don't want to believe anything until it's finally sealed and delivered. How are you feeling? Because we've been in protests, we've been in false dawns before. You know, is this credible? Is this PR? Is this where do you think this is right now? Because you know they want to sell, but like Dominic says, he said it might not be a sale. It might not be a full sale.
Firstly, it's definitely credible because never has there been an official announcement from Manchester United other than just now. So first and foremost, it's there. The word sale is written on Manchester United's website. So it's very much credible. It is very much a part of the discussion. And it is very much something that we need to look forward to. I said this on my stream yesterday. And what I actually agree with Dom. The method that this will go in, first and foremost, you need to address one thing. We need to be logical when we go and think about these, Glazers and the ownership and the selling of the club. Everybody is getting too carried away and getting, oh my God, yeah, they're going to sell. Step by step. The first step is Manchester United is a business that continuously provides income for the Glazers. That's the first thing. Manchester United, whether they're in debt, whatever you think, from a business perspective, continually provide income for the stakeholders and also continually increase their revenue. Whether they be in debt, they're still increasing their revenue year in, year out. They've just had a year where they've sold £100 and odd million worth of shirts from Ronaldo. So Glazers, step one, what they want is an investment. I want to rewind, and I like doing a bit of jogging of the memory. Not Murta, was it Arnold pub with the fans? What did he say in that meeting? What did he say? He said, I need to go and look for investments. Do you remember? Did you guys forget? And this was from the man who actually puts the shirt and tie on for Manchester United. The words came out from his mouth. I need to go and look for investments. Step one will be investments. They will run the numbers. The advisors will run the numbers. If it makes sense, if there is a party who wants to do the investment route and it makes sense, they will take that and they will go from there. That's one. If that doesn't work, they will go down the partnership route. And I personally don't think partnership would work in Manchester United. We've seen Newcastle, current Newcastle owners come in and try and buy Manchester United, and they said they want a controlling share, and Glazer said no, XYZ. There was no partnership discussed then, and I don't believe there will be a partnership option discussed now. Whoever wants to come in here now wants to have their own stamp, unless they're just doing an investment. I put my money in, get my money out, LeBron, FSG kind of thing. Get my money in, get my money out. The third option is the sale option. If and when a party comes in with the money and also the money to clear the debt, that alone is nearly £1 billion. We can all sit here and say Man United is 7 billion. Let's say Man United is 7 billion. Well, it's not, because you either say Man United is 6 billion and the 1 billion is debt, making it 7 billion. So that has to be considered. On top of that, I am paying for something now, which the first thing I will have to do is deliver for the fans. Some part of the fans, in all honesty, Saeed, don't care about stadium. They don't care about infrastructure. They care about players. They want at least 7 players coming in, brand new players, and they probably want at least 8 to 11 players going out. So that's spending on that. Then there are fans like myself, yourself, us guys who care about the stadium. This is not me saying the fans who don't go to the stadium don't care, but that's a general consensus. If you don't go to the stadium, really, you're not going to be in the mud and saying, stadiums like that. Then comes the stadium infrastructure. Then comes the women's football. So whoever comes in to buy Man United is going to have a serious vision. Now, when you come and talk about the oil money and all of this, look, sure, I think the Arabs and those parts of the world will bring in a serious load of cash. The positive that I don't think a lot of people are talking about, they're just saying oil. That's all the petrol and diesel. That's all they're saying. you have to consider what they will do is they will want to compete with Man City and Newcastle. That is what I want to do. I want owners to come in that want to compete and keep up. FSG are not the best owners in the world, but their model worked for Liverpool for quite a long time because they did deliver a Premier League, they did deliver a Champions League. I want owners that come in that can also, and none of us, I'm not hearing, I'm sorry, boys, but no one has mentioned this. Will they align their vision with Ten Hag? People want Mbappe's of the world, Bellingham's of the world. All that's cool, but I need owners that come in that will go and align their vision with Ten Hag. Look at the prime thing that's happened with Todd and Tuchel and now Graham Potter. I feel sorry for Graham because he's a great manager and he's been given a bunch of players that he did not buy. And on top of that, if he's now not successful, what's Todd gonna do? He's just bought 200 odd million, and we've just spent 200 odd million. So it has to be very, very, very carefully constructed. And my last point, I know I'm rambling on, but the last point, we're not gonna have a sale by summer. That's factual. It's not possible. The club is in Europa now. We're going into Champions League. Hopefully, fingers crossed, God willing. If we land Champions League, huge injection of cash comes into Manchester United. What does the price become then? What does the value become then? And where does the stance of the Glazers become then? Because if Ten Hag finds a winning formula and starts bringing in money for Glazers, what do the Glazers do? They are happy to change their mind, no? They might end up saying, you know what? Here you go. Here's a striker, a right back, a midfielder. Go on then. Go and give me a semi-final in the Champions League and then here we go, another Glazer year, another 2-3 years of the Glazer. So that's my stance, really.
Big up to Tyrone for coming on. Big up, by the way, everyone watching.
Sorry, Said, man. I'm rushing, man. Whipping about, rain, pouring, everything, man. Big up, Tom, by the way. Long time no see,
yes,
bro.
Big up, brother. You're right, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I'm all good, bro.
Big up, man. Just gonna get a super chat before I bring you on. Osmolo says, Daddy Glazers don't leave. I will get disappointed every year. We'll miss the structure yelling Glazers out. Glazers American, and we call it soccer. Big
Daddy
up to
Glazers. Daddy Glazers.
Nah, listen, it's a trolling, man. Trolling.
These are, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. These are all my members. These are crackheads, man. I'm sorry. I come with, you know what it is. You know what it is, man. All of these super talent, they're my crackheads. They're from rehab, bro. They're in Planet Fast rehab. I'm sorry, bro. You know how it is. You know how it is. You know Planet Fast, man. You know how we are, man.
Yeah.
Hey, that stems from your energy, though, Faz. That comes from you, my guy.
Bro, you're creating like a labyrinth, man.
YouTube after midnight.
You're creating like a matrix, man. This ain't thinking up is down, left is right. You know what I mean?
Crazy, man. Ty, chat to us, man. You know what? What are you thinking about this ownership? And just in general, the next question I'm going to ask you is, which one do you favor? Because I'm more leaning towards a Dubai ownership. Because I think of what they've done with City. They've infrastructure the whole area. I think they'll invest in the area as well, rather than just the team. But where are you, bro?
I hear you. So I've missed the parts of the show, so people might say stuff I've already said. Big up Faz, Cass every single time, man. Yeah, man, like the video. But yeah, do you know what with this? I'm probably gonna put like a damper on it. I don't even know I should cover the show of it, but I don't even feel like I'm excited. Yeah, I don't even feel like I'm as excited as what like everyone's been on Twitter. I just feel like drained by the whole thing, to be honest. It's kind of like, when you want something so much and then you get it and then you're like, oh, is this what it was? Like, I kind of feel like that, but obviously I haven't got it yet because we haven't sold the club. But do you know what? It's a positive step. I think the way everything's happened in the last few days, obviously even throwing the Ronaldo situation into that as well, there's been a lot of movement. There's been a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. And the first point I want to clear up, if anyone has, is Ronaldo has not had a massive impact on this. I'm sorry, but I like Cristiano Ronaldo for what he's done as a player and so forth. Just because he mentioned a few toilet tablets in that interview, it doesn't mean the Glazers woke up the next morning, like Aaron said when we were chatting in Red Talk, and said they decided to sell the club. This is a multi-billion-pound football club, which is one of the biggest franchises in the world. You would sit down at the table and talk about this for a long time. So this has really been thought out. It's a calculated decision, whether it's through Liverpool selling or not, and they're scared and they're thinking, right, we can put in the money. They've thought about this. They're ready to sell. I think the club is ready to move in a new direction, and it's exciting. But I'm with Faz. I think when I've listened to Faz giving that whole dialogue, I was like, yeah, man's spitting, to be fair. And the first point I want to make is if people talk about Jim Ratcliffe and the Dubai owners, I'm personally with the Dubai ownership, if I'm personally honest. What you touched on there, Saeed, when you look at the way Man City have been run, how long it took them to actually come up to how they were, big up every single time, to come up to where they were, but what they've done in terms of the infrastructure, their academy, The whole club, not even spending massive on players at first, sort of getting mix and match players. They've done it the right way. And then you look at 2022 now, and you look at Newcastle, where people thought straight away, right, influx of cash. No, they bought smart. Yes, you might have spent 60 million on Isaac. That was a player you need. We know that Newcastle have been short in that department, Callum Wilson injuries and stuff. But you get the sort of Dan Burns, you get the Botmans and stuff like that. They're showing that they're doing it the right way. They could go out and spend Harry Larrys, but they're not. They care about the football club. They care about what they're doing, and they're investing now behind the scenes. They're already looking at doing another training complex for Newcastle, so they care about the infrastructure. So when people are talking about oil money, it's not that. They actually care. And for me,
it's not actually oil money.
Say again? I know. But you know the lazy approach. Everyone's like oil money.
Yeah.
It's lazy, bro. It's lazy. And do you know what? I don't care if it's a guy called Zhang Ming Min. I want someone that cares, Saeed. I just want someone that breathes what we breathe. We are aligned. I look at Newcastle fans on stream, and you can tell that they're all aligned. The club is aligned. The manager is aligned. The players are doing interviews, and they are aligned. There's no like, I'm a bit happy with this. And bro, I just want someone that cares. I don't care who it could be, to be honest. But if you ask me for a decision, yeah, it'd be the Dubai ownership, if I'm totally honest. But I think this is one of them ones where I look at it, and with the owners coming in straight away, I think, and I don't want to like get us gassed, I do feel like with Ten Hag and where we're at right now and what we're seeing with him as a manager and the players he's already got, but what he's doing with the players he's improved. If we do get the right owners, it will not take long. And I don't want to get as excited, but I believe that he's a good enough manager that if we get 5 or 6 players that he wants, we could do very good things. I don't think it's going to take like a 5-6 year project. I know the infrastructure needs to be doing, and that could take longer. I get that. But I feel like the performances in the infrastructure, I feel like the performances of the team and the achievements will actually be quicker than the infrastructure being done and everything like that, and the stadium and the training complex. So it's exciting times, man. I'm just going to be like Faz. I'm going to be grounded. I'm just going to wait to see what really happens. You know, obviously you can come out and say you want to sell, but who's going to come in and buy? Are the Glazers going to choose to sell to the right person? You don't know. Sometimes they might go for the option with the more money, but then we could be sitting around not having a fly to the wall, and there could be someone that's offering a couple billion less, but they really care. They're saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So we can sit here and talk
about... They don't care about that, bro. They're taking a bigger sum,
my issue. Bro, that's my issue. Imagine us man owning it, and we're like...
Imagine 10 million's gone in already, fam. 10.62 million or something like that from the Dubai lot.
And that's the thing.
No one's topping that. No one's topping that.
You know what I mean? And like, I'm not saying that obviously everyone's morals are right, yeah, but if we're sitting there with the owners of the 5 Glazer brothers and sisters, and we're saying, right, someone's offering us 8 billion, but they're just going to do what they want, but someone's offering us 6 billion, they're actually saying, you know what? We want to take the club in this direction with a plan. We might actually say, do you know what? Let's pocket the other 2 billion, because once we've sold it, it's not our problem. So who do we sell to? And
I think that the key thing is, and I'm going to bring Dom into it, the Rain Group, who they're in charge of selling the football club. Is that the thing that Tyrone's alluded to
Chelsea.
there? Yeah. So basically, they could give it to another American owner. They could give it to whoever they kind of wish to kind of.
Have they got our best interests at heart, Dom, as well?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm going to challenge this debate in terms of, is it Sir Jim Radcliffe or Dubai investors? Because I think what we see at Man City is that it's not so much the owners, like where the owners come from or where they get their money. It's who they appoint and the structure and the vision they have. So it doesn't matter if you're from Australia, doesn't matter if you're from flicking Dubai, you're from Zimbabwe.
But who cares?
If you set up a structure with the right people that have the right footballing brain, experience, vision, structure, it doesn't matter where they're from. They could be from anywhere, because of what you saw from Man City is that they put the right people in place in terms of the recruitment, in terms of the youth development, in terms of structure. Man City could have got that wrong with Dubai owners. Forget where.
Dom, not to interrupt you, but they went and got the Barcelona board when they were succeeding.
This is what I'm saying. It's not that it. Man City
could have learned though. They could have learned from that though, because remember, Dubai is owned by the Saudis as well, if I'm correct. He's vice president. No, he's not owned. Dubai's owned by what's that guy? Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum or something like that. Something like that. But he's a vice president of them. I feel like they would have got knowledge upon that, because look at Newcastle, bro. They got that Dan, whatever his name is, in charge.
Ashworth from Brighton.
Ashworth, and I feel like I feel like they would have done their research on this a long time. I think this has been going on with non-disclosures for a long time. This is why the rain groups that's why the rain groups are here to now forward the sale.
Bro, do you think the Rain Group, a big company like that's got a WhatsApp the night before saying, "Oh, do you want to look at our club?" yeah, sure. Let me give you a bell tomorrow. I'm around about 10 a.m. Yeah, cool. This has been going on for time, and they saw Ronaldo, and they had a PR department saying, "Guys, we need to kind of hit this Ronaldo on the head." I know. Let's talk about selling the club. Obviously, they're going to do that, and they've got to make it legit. They've got to come out with a statement for all the freaking financial markets. They've got to be real. I'll be honest with you, right? Don't be disillusioned in the fact that if we do get Dubai owners, that it's just all going to work out the same as Man City. Those Dubai owners could have the wrong vision.
Of course.
Of course.
I mean, they're going to point the wrong.
But this is what pushes me to Sir Jim. This is what pushes me to Sir Jim Ratcliffe. But the only thing is, his track record isn't the greatest at the moment.
And Nice isn't great as well.
And the thing is, it's not great at the moment. But Nice ain't Man United, and and I'm not being funny. That he already said that Nice was already is a learning curve, which I do like. And I think Radcliffe has his eyes set. And I think the thing is, when I think of Man United, I think of community in it. And when I come to Old Trafford with you, man, it's a community outside just before we go in and that, innit? And all that kind of stuff. And that's the feel factor. And in and around the stadium, you want to talk about morals, high morals, whatever you want to do about that. Like, if you want to go point that, like, I mean, Radcliffe has got a lot of billions in the bank as well, bro. He might not get it right, but I feel like he has a drive. Like, he looks like he's hungry for this, and I can kind of already see that from the way he talks about Man. This is what I like, and then what I like about him the most is the fact that he will bring the community even more together because he cares about us. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not saying that the Dubai man won't, because look what the Sheikhs have done for Man City and their community, getting jobs and so forth and helping. So it's not like that, but with someone actually supports Man United, that owns Man United, that's rich enough to put money. Bro, we are self-sustainable. Like, I will put this out there nice and clear for you, man. For the next 4 to 5 years, once that debt's wiped, we have 400 to 500 million to spend on transfers alone. And I have a Liverpool man in my Twitter, bro, trying to say that Liverpool are on par with Man United just because they hit top revenue for once. We're in our worst season, bruv.
But bro, you know what?
More than us. I think they can compete when our wage structure is the way it is and everything. I don't want to hear it.
I hear you, man. Let me come in. Look, I actually don't want someone who supports Manchester United in honesty. I don't care. Why did he need to, or she need to support Manchester United? I want someone who's got the minerals and has got the vision and is humble enough to say, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to get people that do. That's what I want. I don't care where they're from, what their background is.
Can I add something as well? By the way, we have a risk of. I was in a space with Danny and Glazonomics and all that kind of stuff yesterday. Sick chat, Nuruddin. It was brilliant. I loved it, innit? There's a risk that Ten Hag could get sacked.
Oh, 100%.
No, listen, man.
I say, hear me out.
It could happen.
Whenever a new owner comes in, they have 100%. Eyes on their own man.
100%.
And if he doesn't get top 4, and there's a new owner before them. No. I know you want to be in denial, but we have to talk about.
It's not about being in denial.
We can talk about what can happen. I'm not saying I want to. I don't. I love Ten Hag, bro. If anyone goes to watch the game,
if that's the case, bro. If that's the case, I'm not walking out of this room because I might get run over.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not walking out of this room. Let's not even go that far. But I want to break these down, boys. Yeah. Go on.
Big up HK and music. He says, Dubai guys, forget about Radcliffe. He don't got love like that. So he says, Dubai.
There's a comment from I think it's Ayush as well after the HKM music. Elon Musk is the guy. Big up Ayush, man. I see you,
man. No,
I
bro.
see you, man.
It cost us like £100 a ticket.
United Daily as well. Elon Musk, yeah, man. My Elon Musk pattern is here as well.
I'm with Saeed, man. I don't believe Ten Hag.
Screaming and shouting about is here.
Nah, man. I don't. I'm with Saeed. I don't believe Ten Hag would. I'm not saying he wouldn't be a risk. I get the logic of like Ten Hag coming in.
I thought you meant Elon Musk.
So what if man said, "I'm bringing"?
Let me come in on something.
I want to get Luis Enrique. Like they could bring in their own, but I feel like when you look at what Ten Hag's done in terms of his ability. The problem was with Ted, right? So the Chelsea at Chelsea and Ten Hag, for example. Ten Hag has a brilliant dialogue of working with like a CEO and linking everything together, a proper manager that wants to do proper things. When you look at Ted Bowley and like Thomas Tuchel, there was like links that he wasn't interested in the WhatsApp chat. He wouldn't go to meetings. He wouldn't. When obviously you've got a manager that's not really bouncing off the owner with the ideas, then I feel like, okay, he wants to do his own thing and the owners want to do their thing. Then, okay, you just got to go separate ways. But the way Ten Hag's worked previously with Ajax, he's shown that he actually he likes working with people. So the fact that the new owners come in and they want to have that connection, he's willing to do that. Whereas Tuchel was a personality person, wasn't willing. I feel like we've got a manager that is willing. So they won't really want to replace someone because they've got the type of manager that
we don't know that. We don't know that though, Ty. We don't know that. Ty.
Only
reason, but the thing is, I have to bring up uncomfortable conversations. Same way Dom is. He's bringing up uncomfortable topics, bro, because you have to flip it just that little bit. And sometimes
I think we're flipping it. I think we're flipping it for the sake of flipping it.
And the way you said, and also with the Ronaldo thing.
Going fast.
Go on.
Let me bring a question.
Is it about Elon? Is it Elon Musk?
And this is for all the comment section, and this is for you lot to get involved. Which owners in the world have bought a club and had major success? Which owners have bought a club and have had major success?
Abramovich,
Man City,
Chelsea, Man City. Who else is there?
Salford City.
No, but that's you can say that. That is success. It's just not a global
You're right.
success.
No,
it's still success.
And this is where I'm going to go with it. This is where I'm going to go with it. Hold on. This is where I'm going to go with it. PSG, Man City been bought, and every single business, every single owner, PSG have not had major success. They've not won Champions League, and neither have Man City. Neither have. Yeah, they're dominating Uber Eats. You could win Uber Eats.
But it's still success, and it's still bringing in talent and the best players in the world.
If you think, okay, again, because you've said that, I'm gonna give a bit of education. The reason why PSG is so successful is because it's owned by Qatar, which is actually broadcasted on BN Sports, which is owned by Qatar, with the sponsors and the private jets and the airlines in France are also owned by Qatar. So everything PSG do benefits Qatar. So it's actually beneficial for them. But it's not going to happen in the UK. So that's why that thing is more, it's a totally different thing. Go and watch the FIFA documentary and you know more. But Man City are one of the only clubs that have actually bought. The owners have bought Man City and have had major success. Premier League in the world of football is huge success. Getting into Champions Leagues is huge success. You can compare FSG, sure, they've had major success. And I think that they've not changed their model of football and it's biting them. And you can say Real Madrid, but then Real Madrid Perez listens to the fans and whatever, it works that way. So only Man City. You can't actually bring Newcastle into this conversation. Newcastle haven't had any success. If and when Newcastle, we can all predict FC and say Newcastle will eventually do something. But until I'm seeing Newcastle content creators on Big Six and Newcastle winning things, I ain't taking Newcastle serious. That's only when. Because when Newcastle becomes successful, when Newcastle becomes successful, one of the current six, and I'm guessing it's going to be Spurs, have to get knocked out of the Big Six, and Newcastle content creators have to come in. Now, what you have to consider, any owner that comes into Manchester United, first and foremost, you have to understand there's something in property. When you invest in property, it's called added value. What can you bring to the club that will add value? You are instantly spending 7 billion, 8 billion with the debt. Then you have to buy a new stadium, do a new stadium. Then you have to do women's football. Then you have to do academy ball. Then you have to buy players. You're talking easily 12 billion, maybe 11 to 12 billion. And then the owner's going to have to think, right, so instantly I'm writing off 12 billion. How many years before Ten Hag starts winning me Premier Leagues and Champions League in the same year? How many years before Man United actually acts like that Man United that we used to know and then starts bringing me that money? We are all hoping that the owner is going to come and just literally hand us their card. Yes, Man City's owners did hand Pep the card, but Pep also delivered. I'm not saying Ten Hag can't deliver, but we must consider that, because if that doesn't happen, what Cass said, even though I know it's crazy, that is a possibility. Ten Hag can get snap of a finger gone, and they'll start moving crazy and bringing new managers.
Pep's gone anyways in 2 years, bro. We got a free run. We got a run.
What about Beckham, man? He's gone. What about Beckham? Beckham's involved now. What we say?
I don't
want
any Manchester United with any dirt in their shoes anywhere near the club. I don't want any Gary Nevilles, Rios, Beckham's, Giggs, Roy. I don't want. Oh, we.
They're going to bring Ollie back, man.
I don't want anybody who had anything to do with Manchester United near this club again. I want a fresh start. I want new thinking. He knows the club. He knows. I don't care if he knows the club. I want to win games. People that know the club ain't helping us. Let's put that straight. People that know the club are not helping us win trophies. So thank you. Peace out. I want completely diversity of thought, diversity of thinking, diversity of players, background. I want black people. I want white people. I want Asian people. I want different thinking for this club because we've been doing the same thing for so long. It's a definition of insanity, man. Come on, we've got to do something.
I think Ronaldo,
different.
though. I think Ty. I'm just gonna go back to a quick point before the David Beckham thing. Yeah, I think Ronaldo thing. They couldn't have. They had to go public now because eventually, I think that Ronaldo comment was gonna come down to hurt them.
You think like now he's
more.
left, he could have said more?
So I think if Ronaldo didn't say nothing, this announcement wouldn't have happened till later next year.
Also, he could have said that they're looking to sell as well.
Why aren't any of you asking? Why aren't any of you asking? Forget the owners. The owners actually don't do anything. It's the board.
Yeah.
When the Glazers go, the board is going to go.
Get sacked.
Who's coming in with the owners? I want a Ralph Ragnick's. I want a Paul Mitchell's. I want a Van der Sar. I know people are
what about Saeed TV though?
Fan of Overmars.
Saeed TV.
I want.
Get me Michael. Get me Michael.
Different.
See the Dortmund brother
team
fam.
actually met at the Newcastle game. They all met at the Newcastle game to create a new scouting structure. I don't know if you lot know this. I want the owners to come in, and this is where Dom is absolutely spot on. He hit the nail on the head. Is I don't give a damn if you like Man United. You don't need to like Man United for it to be successful. What you need is to be coming in and empowering other people to go and run the business for you. Successful owners don't run businesses. They empower people to go and run it for them. So that's what I want. I want an owner to come in. I would happily take Ralph Ragnick back, no problem. Happily take a. No, but Ralph Ragnick knows how to spot talents.
How much has everybody got? How much has everybody got in their bank accounts? Because we could do a Mandem consortium if you're up for it.
Bro, we can do it, man.
I
need to go do about.
Sell my Ray-Bans and everything, bro.
I need to go do about 500 GTA heists, and I'll come back to you on that part, man.
But do you see the point I'm trying to make? Like, I need because someone made a super chat saying oil. I want oil. But you're not saying who's going to be the board. When Todd came in, the lady that was involved with Chelsea, who's done numerous great things. Got rid of her.
I think we need to. I don't like this one, by the way, Said. I don't mind a Campos, but I'm not bought on him. I want somebody I like Van der Sar as the CEO, but I like Michael Zorc from Dortmund. I don't know why no one's tempted this man. His eye for talent, everything around it, surrounding a club, brilliant. You can't fault it. Do you know what I mean? I would love someone like that. A Campos is too much. I don't know, man.
I'm not buying this. No, ETH didn't want Ragnick. It's a false narrative. It's a false narrative, fully false narrative.
I don't believe that either. I don't believe that.
ETH respects his employer. Let me make that clear to you. He's not a Glazer puppet, but he knows how to play the media. He respects his employer. He's not going to go around start bashing saying, yeah, whatever. Because last time I checked, Ralph is the only guy who opened all of your eyes and said, this club needs open heart surgery. Jesse Lingard started tweeting when Ralph Ragnick was in the club as well, saying, all these players were doing craziness. Ralph Ragnick is the guy. If you put together an 11-man squad of what Ralph Ragnick found in the world of football, they will win you Champions League back-to-back. Go and do the research on Ralph Ragnick, man. He's a serious guy when it comes to upstairs. He might not have no quality on the pitch, but upstairs, he's the guy.
Well, you know what, Ty? If we don't get an owner, does that mean January looks a bit sticky? Because, you know what I mean? Would the Glazers want to be willing to invest when we need a striker? We need short-term thinking as well as long-term. Do they have that duty bound, or are they still... You know,
bro. I'll be honest with you. I don't think we're going to invest anyway in January, no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I really don't. I really think the focus is on summer. Like, even if new owners are scheduled to come in February or March, like a quick sell, but that's not going to happen with a club like this. I don't think we're really going to spend anyway. And that might be why, Saeed, if we flip it, or what you said actually, might be why they've maybe come out, because they already know they're not going to spend. They're going to have pressure from the fans to spend. So they're not going to then spend because their plan is not to spend. So what they'll do is announce.
They don't spend anyways. They don't invest anyways. But I'm saying they don't even put a penny in. It's coming from us regardless.
Yeah, it's coming from us anyway. But you know, technically, obviously, the money glazes, whatever, whoever buys the players, they buy the players, it comes from the club. But the truth is, we're all knowing that, okay, with Ronaldo gone, we want a pressure of a striker coming in.
Surely they want to protect. But surely then, let me ask you a question. Surely they might want to protect the investment, because if they don't, imagine if they do hit Champions League, like let's say we're on course to the Champions League, that price becomes a little bit different.
So you're saying that they maybe should invest, because then it gives us more of a chance to get the Champions League, and then helps their sale.
No, it will help their sale, because that means they can bump up the price. Saying, look, you got your TV rights on top of this, and they can alter the price. And if Glazers know anything, that means what? It means a stopgap striker, bro.
Yeah, it could be. Do you know what? It could be the time for them to say, do you know what, we'll invest one more time, and then we know we're going to sell if we. But then you could flip it and say they could do that, but then there's no guarantee you get top 4, so they could invest heavily, and then we don't get top 4, and then you're like, oh, they've left themselves in another sticky situation. So this is one of the ones you got to tread carefully. If it was me, Saeed, whatever the plan is, and whatever Ten Hag has sorted out with the board, if they're going to spend or not, we know by now. Ten Hag would know by now if he's going to get the money or not. Stick to the plan. Don't divert because of an advertisement that the club's for sale. I think you stick to the plan. And if there is a player that Ten Hag wants in the summer who becomes available in January, then hopefully we could go and get them. But I don't believe we spend. I don't believe we divert. And I think we plan for the summer.
Right. I honestly think we're gonna get a striker, man. He wanted a striker.
It won't be Tony.
When we had
but Dom, are you talking? Okay. Can I quiz?
You saw that, yeah?
Can I quiz you on that though?
Yeah, go on.
Is it a stopgap, or is it a striker, as in a long-term striker?
It depends.
There's a difference for me.
It depends who's available and how much money. So I honestly believe Ten Hag will be given a certain budget. He'll be saying, okay, we'll get you a striker. So you were looking for a striker when we had Ronaldo. Let's get that straight. He wanted a striker when we had Ronaldo, when he said his long-term future, when we didn't know if Ronaldo was going to play good or not. We didn't know. He wanted it then, right? So let's put that out there. We know he's looking for a striker. Fabrizio Romano's come out and said he's looking for a striker. Manchester United are looking for a striker. Now, the only way they're not going to get a striker is if the striker is not available. Let's not kid ourselves. Eric Ten Hag was looking at flicking, what's his name? I don't even like his name. What's his flicking name? Used to play for Stoke. What's his name?
Promoting.
No, even worse. Who's the other guy?
Ibrahim Afellay.
No, the other.
Arnautovic.
Thank you.
Arnautovic,
Arnautovic. All these crap players were really
off. Afellay, fam? What the hell am I on, fam?
So
I think Dom Gakpo could be the one, but
I think Gakpo could be the one.
But he's a £40 million player, and he probably is here for the future. So,
bro, I promise you right now, Gakpo, we were trying to get him. Eric Ten Hag said Gakpo's on the list. For me, right? No. For me, I would take Gakpo all day long, because we don't have any strikers available for the right price in January. It's a fact. Strikers is a tough market.
That's the issue.
Get Gakpo, play them across the line. Hopefully, Martial can rotate with Rashford. Gakpo can play across the line. Look, I think people are assuming that we've got a steady midfield that's ready to roll, that nothing needs to change. We haven't, bro. We're sending a letter without a stamp. It ain't going nowhere. We need to make sure we got a midfield nice and relaxed, in a nice someone next to Casemiro, someone who can hold the ball, can take it under pressure, then feed it. We haven't got that right now. So there's no point going and getting an amazing elite 100 million striker. You ain't going to get the ball. Get Gakpo to get the ball from the midfield, pulls people.
He don't even do that, but he doesn't do that. Like, let's talk about Gakpo quickly. Yeah, the guy don't even. He doesn't do it. He's meaty, bro. You might as well go get Memphis to pay for like 5 million, bro.
Man, I don't know.
I don't want Memphis.
Gakpo and
what's going on with my chest, bro?
I don't know if you know someone that rhymes with Gakpo and he hurt you or something, but
meaty po. But anyways, he's no good, bro. He's poo, fam. Like, look, he's
based on what?
He's not even. You know what the maddest thing? Yeah, he's not even a striker. I wouldn't have Tony. But I have Tony ain't playing in the Premier League ever again now.
So, I'll be honest with all due respect, the hat is too tight. The hat is too tight today. There's no blood circulation going in there. And I know because I wear similar hats. I know, man. I wear similar hats.
I don't know what you man see.
To open that, bro. Because last time I checked, McTominay, Dalot, David De Gea, Fred, Rashford.
Why do you want more media then?
Bare players that we all wrote off, giving us something to look forward to, giving us something to say, you know what, I didn't know you have that in you. Ten Hag is the man I trust. If I am with you on the Gakpo. The funniest thing is, Cass, I'm with you. But I have now changed my perspective as to Martial FC, Ain't back, bro. It ain't back. It ain't back yet. Let me just.
Well, then you just done a whole hypocrite. No, but you're being a hypocrite tonight.
Anybody.
Do you know the man thing is Gakpo and Martial are similar in age?
You scare me, bro. You think go pick up your pillow, bro? Picking up the mic, bro.
Imagine this, you man all think Gakpo's young, bro. My man turning 24 next year, May, bro, or some shit, fam. He's not even young, blood. He's up there.
So one more year, he's old. Come on, man.
What I'm saying is, I agree with Dom that we need a striker.
You don't like him.
That's all I'm saying. The probability.
He's not even a striker.
Probability. Football is about probability. The probability is Martial does not stay fit right to the end of the season. Hopefully he can majority of the season, but the probability is he won't. And if and when he doesn't, we're in deep trouble. And if Martial, let's say, misses a couple of games, that's going to cost us top 4.
Martial will.
So why would you want a striker that can't hold out the ball?
But we're not.
I don't care
about a striker. Whoa. Hold up.
Gakpo has good head, man. He can score headers.
Can someone rewind?
He's only good at crossing and only good.
Someone rewind this, right? Do a video recording, clip it, and then send it to Saeed. And then
Saeed, keep your head up, man. Keep your head up. Head always high, man. Why are you putting your head down, bro? I don't know.
One second. Did anybody say that Gakpo's a striker? I don't think I heard anybody.
No, but we're looking for a striker. We're looking for a striker.
There's two different things. There's two different things going on. We need a. Let's look at the macro. The macro view is this: is that we need a striker? We're all agreed. Everybody knows we need a striker.
So let's keep Gakpo out of the mouth.
The King Charles knows we need a striker. He's like, yes, we do. Yeah, whatever, right? So we know that. That's done. But the difference is we know we can't get a striker in January for the right price with all the other competition, and summer's going to be worse. What I'm trying to say is we need to believe in Ten Hag, and Gakpo can play across that front line, right? He can play across that front line. So forget about Gakpo being a striker. He's not a striker. We know that. But he's a player that can compete, that can make people better and play across that front line for now.
Who's he made better?
Who'd you make better? Rashford, 100% he makes Rashford.
No. Let me tell you now, Gakpo and Rashford are exactly the same player, and I don't even think Gakpo can even lace.
Yeah, but Gakpo just
Kaz, man, what's happening? What's happening, bro?
Listen, it doesn't matter. I need players. Beggars can't be choosers.
I know that. But this got to be. I rather get Jonathan David.
Zooming in. I'm zooming in. I'm enjoying
it. The hands of the physios are
Jonathan David.
Massaging Martial,
bro.
Jonathan David.
I'm not just joking. Jonathan David is twice the player Gakpo is and can actually play up front, and that's actually got experience up front. Don't give me that,
bro. I
didn't know. I'm not hearing it.
Use his head like that, bro. You just saw a man use his head, bro. Crazy head, bro.
But Rashford scored a header just like that at the start of the season and stuff like that. But what we got off of that? Rashford hardly used his head as well. But we see it one time in my match.
I need players.
I'm not hearing it, bro.
Is it not good to have players that are good?
If Ten Hag wants him, I swear down, I'll back him shamelessly, bro.
He does,
I don't care.
He wants him.
No. We haven't got him, so he's not our club. So I'm gonna keep calling him meaty until he comes to club. I'm gonna call him the world's best.
Wait, Faz. Hold on. If Ten Hag wants him, then back him. But then Ten Hag wants Martial, but then you're like, Martial, that's say dead, bruh.
You know what's a hypocrite, man? I said it's hypocrite, man.
Bro, turn your camera off and keep it off, man.
Chill, man. Go and follow your pillow, bro.
I'm dying.
Go and follow your pillow. Leave me and Martial alone.
Faz, man. Sorry, Cass, I had to back you on that one, man. I'm just sitting there.
I'm gonna go outside Martial's house.
Bro, what are you talking about?
I'm going outside Martial's house.
What do you mean you have to back me there? I'm Ty, you're Lieutenant Colonel of Marshall C. Rick the Red is General. I am second lieutenant, bruv. I'm just under you on that Marshall FC path, bruv. You're in charge,
man.
You're in charge right now. In terms of rank, you're in charge, fam.
Boy. But yeah, do you know what? Do you know what it is? Yeah, like at the end of the day, we need to. You know what? I was enjoying it.
Boys, hold on. Ty, I saw a TikTok of you of saying Martial is crucial player, but if it doesn't work out this season, what did you say? The last line in the TikTok, you said
you might have to move.
Oh, you said. It might be murder she wrote, bro. I nearly started crying.
let me see the super chat.
Fast, that comeback's dry, boy. Like that's
I'm just saying, it's not comeback. I'm just saying.
Let me give a prop.
I got you, bro. I got you. It's all right.
It's not comeback. It's not comeback.
But you can't run.
Yeah, that comeback was a little bit dry.
Let me read the super chat here. Caleb says Big Steve, big scared. Manchester is red, and I think Big Steve has come back and said, "I'm not scared. I'll be scared of the toasters or something like that." But big up to Big Steve, man. Zayn Mias says here, Kaz, who's top of the league? Rashford can't lace Martinelli's shoes and
oh my God. Zayn, no one's talking about Arsenal, my G. Like, let me put it straight here. How many goals did Rashford get that game? How many goals did Martinelli get that game? He got an offside goal, my guy.
Martinelli did get one goal and he did do the captain freaking slide, but guess what happened?
I talked to Martinelli when he can actually like lace off. He's supposed to be Brazilian and he's stiff. It don't make sense. Anyways,
do you know what? Do you know what? Serious talk though. On what Dom was saying, I do think we need 2 forwards. I think obviously we can get Gakpo in, and if he comes for 6 months, cool. I'm running with it. I'll be honest with you. Just because I'm with Cass, I don't think he's the most amazing. But however, for what we need as a team is what I look at.
Yeah.
Does he add something? He does add something.
Man. Yes.
So for me, like he can score goals. He can. He's a bit like Rashford in terms of he's going to give you some poor performances, but they're always there to maybe produce something. Like the game the other day, he was quite poor for the Netherlands, but he pops up with a goal.
No,
Sometimes
but to be fair though, Louis van Gaal is criminal to my team. You know, he's
bro. He is. But we need 2 forwards. So for me, if we get Gakpo, I think the long-term thing would be Gakpo can play up front. He can play on the left. You got Rashford who can play a bit up front. Like we don't like it personally, but Ten Hag does. He can play on the left. You got Martial, if he keeps fit, is the number 9. He can sometimes play on the left. And you've got Anthony Sancho who can play on the right-hand side. And then you've got some good depth there. Then you look at it, if we get a main number 9 in and potentially still a De Jong, because I think, like Dom says, we need a proper midfielder in there that can partner Casemiro. You could look at 3-4 signings and it makes a big difference to the squad depth and the big
loan João Felix, anyone?
I'd love João Felix on loan. I'd love João Felix, but I just
he's falling out. He's falling out with my man, bro. He's falling out big time with my man. No, it's not realistic. But if the option was there, and in the summer,
you know what it is? I'll tell you why. It's funny. I'm not saying I prefer. I want Gakpo over João Felix. I think João Felix is a better player. However, when you look at our squad and you look at Anthony, you look at Sancho, and you look at even like the Martials, a lot of our attacking players are like sort of creators, you could say. You only look at Rashford as sort of the guy that's going to like try and cut and shoot and all like, have the hunger to score 20 goals a season. Gakpo, actually, his numbers, I don't like to do all stats, but he likes to score goals. And I feel like we need a few more hungrier players to complement the players that can bring others into play, the Sancho, Anthony, Martials that link up play, knitted together. If you have a combination, that's what I think we can do. And I think Gakpo kind of gives us that if he comes in for a long term, but also if we get him for the 6 months.
I'm going to be serious. I think there's something deeper going on here because, Cass, is there something deeper going on here, bro? Because I'm trying to make sense in my head.
What, are you saying like Gakpo took his girl or something?
Yeah, is there something deeper going on?
No, there is. No. You know what? I'm scared of you now because now you're trying to read feelings and thoughts and stuff. There's these guys, I'm in Arsenal. I'm in this group chat with Arsenal fans, and I swear down, they hype up this man to be like the next best thing. I heard he's got like the, I don't know, the movement of Henry and the finishing of Benzema and all this kind of stuff. And they really want him. And ever since I've been eyeing like a hawk, whenever the lights are on him, I'm not talking about a PSV versus Rotterdam and all that stuff. I'm talking about, the big Arsenal, so forth and so forth. I've only seen him do one good play in one good game at the moment. And that's against Arsenal in the second leg. And he wasn't even the best player on the pitch. It was Xavi Simons.
So basically Arsenal's made you feel like this.
They make me. They really get on my nerves. But it's the way it's so hyped up. I just don't see anything special with my man. Do you get what I mean? Like I just don't really see why we always talk about don't get stop gaps and this, that, and the other. I don't see how he improves our team massively.
He is not a stop gap, bro.
I just don't see it. But for 35 million or 30 million, I am taking that, bro. Because who else is there? I'll be real.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. If you look at the squad and what we need, you take it. I know
let's face it. Rashford will go up front. Rashford will go up front, and he'll play Gakpo on the left if needed.
That's what I said. That's
what will happen.
That's it.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get injuries as well, bro. We're gonna get injuries.
And he's tall. So
and look at the amount of games we're gonna have, especially if we go deep. I think I looked at it right away. You know the games that haven't been rescheduled. There's no break until April where we can essentially fill it in. So,
bro, you know, I'll be honest with you. I know, say you're going to go to your point in a second. I'll be honest with you. People that don't rate Gakpo for the price he is, for the numbers he's done, and for the faith that Ten Hag really has in him, clearly, it's on the same boat as people that don't rate Sancho anymore. I don't trust those people in this boat. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. One sec. Let me finish my point, bro. People that are saying, "Oh yeah, get rid of Sancho," I'll be honest with you. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what they're talking about.
He's coming back on a win.
Honestly, listen to me. When you've got a player, they don't get crap overnight, right? Sancho was the guy in the first 4 or 5 games that was saving us. No one else. But because Garnacho's come out of nowhere, he's scoring goals. Oh, Sancho's crap. He should go and play for flicking Brentford or flicking Salford City. What kind of nonsense is this? I'm so glad that we've got Sancho that plays for our team, because we don't have to go out and buy another £100 million player. We've got him on the bench. We just need to unlock him. I love that. So anybody who's saying to get rid of Sancho,
Bro, I don't
crap.
like this unlocking
Don't
stuff,
trust him,
man.
man.
What's this unlocking,
Yeah,
man?
you know what?
Who's
You know
the key and who's
Listen,
the lock,
let me
man?
unlock
him, bruv.
Let me get
Been
through
trying to
this.
unlock Martial, man, for 7 years
no.
now.
He can't call
The
me
key
out.
done stuck inside.
Faz has gone to a chicken shop, right? And he's wagging it in front of me. He can't just let me not come back to that, bro. One second. When I say unlocking, let me explain to you, Faz, in the Travel Lodge, right? Listen. When I say unlocking,
big up Travel Lodge, man. What's wrong with Travel Lodge?
Bro, there's nothing wrong
what
with
are you trying to say, bro? You got peas now, yeah? You hating on little man now. What's wrong with Travel Lodge, bro?
Right,
big up the Travel Lodge massive.
Bro, let me just be honest. Faz is not going to be in the Mandem consortium. Obviously, he's touched by this, right? So he can't obviously afford it, right? Cool.
Yeah, I'm broke. Why you dissing my Travel Lodge, bro? I'm broke. Just because you got peas now. I see you with your Levi jacket, bro. Yeah? Glazonomics and that. Man got his veneers as well. Look at his teeth, bro, shining, bro. Deep is shining brighter than my camera light, bro. And you hear this is my Travel Lodge.
Bro. I wish
Mandem. Let me just get through these super chats 1 second.
I'll come back to it.
Caleb says Gusto, Frankie de Jong, Guavial, Latoro Martinez.
No.
I'm guessing
no, not Latoro.
Not Gavardia.
Yeah. Zamias says here, Big Steve, Arsenal are winning the league this season. Zebo will handle Haaland, no problem. And then Caleb says here, Mega Mind Steve thinking we have spent more money than delusion from the noisy neighbours.
Big up Steve, man.
Big up Steve, yeah, he's in the chat as well. Big up Gans says, have Capford, don't need more lanky, gangly wingers. And Caleb says here, win at UCL first, Mega Steve. Exactly, man. They win that Champions League.
Hey, do you know what the funny thing is? I'm on a show with Steve in 10 minutes.
Man.
Steve, you can't mention United in the next 10 minutes. We're on the show, man. You've had fun here. You've had your fun.
Let me tell you now, once we get bought, you know what? Once we get bought, like, I don't know what you guys would want or what would happen, but I swear down, I'll get rid of the whole team. You know that I can stop pretending any of them are actually that good. Just keep Casemiro and bin the rest.
You know what I'd love?
Bin them all off.
Imagine City didn't win the Champions League and we got back and won it again before them.
Yeah, I'm coming to your stream and I'm giving some super chats.
Keep Lissandro and Casemiro and bin the rest of them, bro. I want a whole new team. I can stop pretending this whole 11's actually anything decent.
See, man, United fans, bro.
You're playing FIFA, man.
Toxic. You're in the relationship, yeah, because it's comfortable. Don't lie to yourself.
You can stay.
You're in the relationship, yeah, because it's comfortable.
You know it. That's why I got rid of my ex.
Hold on, go on, say it. Go on.
Let me ask you a question, right? Let me ask this, people. Okay. Has Ten Hag unlocked Garnacho?
No.
What? He's just brought him in, bruv.
Wait. So what? So let me just 1 second. Let me explain this. 1 second. 1 second. So do you know this? Do you know when
trying to unlock, bro?
1 second.
Man said, bro, are we trying to unlock players with hairpin? You know the hairpin? Get them with hairpin, bro. We're trying to unlock things like this, bro, like thieves, man. What's going on?
All right, anyway, let me finish. So do you understand, right, that you've got players in the systems and training and coming up, right? And they don't just come into the team for no reason. They're training behind the scenes. Do you understand that, right?
I get that, though. I think
you understand that,
I
right?
think there's a difference between that and unlocked, if that makes sense.
This is what I'm saying. You don't just get Garnacho and say, Garnacho, do you want to play on Saturday? No. You're in training. They talked about the mentality. He wasn't ready. He had to play better. He had to know how to press. He had to understand the Ten Hag ball. Obviously, he did that in training and he applied that to the game. People, if you look at some other people that are crap, right, and he's tried to work with it, it's not worked. He's still trying to unlock Malacia. It's not working yet, but he's working on it. So he can unlock players. We've seen how he's made Luke Shaw better. Okay? Look at what he's done to Dalot. You're telling me he's not unlocked Dalot?
Can we stop pretending that? Can we stop?
Please, I beg you, don't find a different word, bro.
Bro, I will keep with unlock, bro, because it's beautiful, bro. Because what I'm saying to you, right?
Develop.
But whatever cinnamon you want, bro, whatever tastes nice, you have it, bro. But what I'm trying to say is,
I want curry downstairs.
When you've got Gakpo to come in, right, and when you talk about Sancho's a good player. He just needs to know how to play in this system, get confidence, and I'm gonna say it. He needs to be unlocked. There's nothing wrong with saying that because he has a beautiful game. Beautiful.
You know what? And I don't know if you've heard me on a show with Faye before. I like Sancho as a player, and I really think he's a good player. However, For me, I don't think it will be about Ten Hag unlocking Sancho. I think the problem for me with Sancho is that United lost their first 2 games, gone more pragmatic, so now we're receiving the ball sort of on the halfway line.
Yeah.
Sancho's not an excellent ball carrier, you know it. Like, he's a brilliant player in and around the 18-yard box, neat 1-2, very technical, retainership. Look at the way him and Martial and Rashford link up in pre-season. However, because we're playing a bit more pragmatic and he's getting the ball in deeper periods, I don't feel like he's as effective as where he can be. Whereas when Ten Hag does get his signings in right, and then we start dominating the ball more, having possession of games, he'll be getting the ball more in the final third, where I feel that's where his strengths are and he can execute himself.
I don't think it's on the left, though. It's not on the left. It's not, man.
I completely agree with you, but you do realize that if you're playing a chess piece, you move, you have different parts you move, right? So unlocking Sancho could mean getting players in. That's a part of unlocking him. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I can understand that. But that's basically agreeing with what I'm saying. And getting players in means getting more players that suit Ten Hag's system, and that gets players up. Yeah, so
he needs to fight.
Sancho's a very good player.
He needs to fight.
Lumping on Sancho is ridiculous.
He needs to fight Anthony. Look, he needs to fight Anthony.
No, but Dom has a point. Dom has a point. You know, we've been patient with players for nearly a decade, and only now we're saying X, Y, and Z. Yeah, they're showing this, that. So and the crazy thing is, we know what Sancho's capable of. We've seen it, and we know what he can do for us. And he was starting to cook small in the start of the season, but he just needs some time with Ten Hag to work with him. And we have a manager, by the way, who's worked with youth players in really great clubs before. So that is something that we keep forgetting, that this man was in Bayern, was working with future talent, and was developing them. No, I'm not going to use that a lot, but was developing them. So this is the most important thing, what he can do with young players. And I'm sure. And guess what, by the way, just off topic, spoke to Ethan Laird yesterday. Ten Hag is a good guy, man. Ten Hag is a good guy, man. Big up Laird, man. Got some wins with him.
Why can't we bring him in? I want to bring him in.
By the way, I told him about you. I told him. Now, Ethan Laird knows about you now, bruv. I said Ethan's got a super fan already, so make sure you got a shirt ready for.
I got to say, he's got 2 super fans. I have to big up somebody as well, KJ. Yeah.
All I'm saying,
KJ's. I mean, them are big fans.
All I'm saying, listen to this. All I'm saying, Ten Hag has a plan for youth players. I'm telling you,
100%.
He's got a plan for loanee players as well, whether they stay in the club or not. But long as they're under in contract, because Ethan's not technically a youth player. If you look at his age and the age certain players are playing, it's not really. But there's a plan. There is a plan in place.
You know what I'm really scared about, though, because I actually think Ahmad is a baller, but he's not going to do it. I think he's a baller.
He's not a winger for me. Is it me, or does he look like more like an advanced 8 Bernardo Silva type kind of player that can do that kind of stuff? The way he carries the ball. No, if you go watch him, I get it. It's a different thing. I'm not saying he's got the characteristics of it. No, not for me. The back behind the ball, back behind the goal thing, not for me. Ahmad. I think he can do 10, but I would like to see him when his back's up towards goal and he can carry the ball and do all that kind of. I think he's got Bernardo Silva type characteristics. I'm not saying he's as good as him, but the way he moves, the way he passes, look at the areas he even adapts in. From what I can see, anyways, for Sunderland games, and I know it's just Sunderland, and it's only a small.
I actually get what you mean, I get what you mean.
But he does move in the areas that he does, and I really do like that. And I think Ten Hag, the way we do play with the advanced 8, it looks like there could be a role for him. But on the wing, for me, Ahmad
he's not it.
No. Let me point something out. Not every youth player is supposed to play in Man United. There needs to be a system where we're developing, selling some, keeping some. So not every youth player has to stay.
A lot of fans have the attachment that every academy player has to
stay. No, not every academy player has to stay.
Andre Gomez. Remember Andre Gomez? Are people still sad about him?
No.
Yeah, he wanted to stay, by the way. I remember his brother.
Look, Facundo's going to leave. Facundo's going to leave. Alvarez might leave
tomorrow. I still believe in Facundo.
No, who Alvarez? Oh, no, Alvarez. Wait, who Alvarez?
Hey?
Oh, yeah, we got Alvarez on loan, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on loan.
You mean Alvaro Fernandez, you mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, Alvaro Fernandez,
No. That's going to piss me off, bro. That guy is...
All I'm saying is there's a couple players that are on loan that are not really...
Get rid of Luke Shaw, man.
I'm just saying.
Guys, we're going to wrap up anyway. We're going to wrap up, man. We're going to wrap up. Listen, it's been you know what? It's been, I think, the liveliest Mandem talk. I can remember, man. It was going off. Like I said, Gakpo, this, that. You get me? Like, big up to the Mandem chat. Listen, I think for me, it's one of the best shows on my channel weekly, because literally, it's a WhatsApp group. basically on a podcast in it. And listen, this is what we want.
Good because we don't always agree on everything, but it's good, man.
That's
what
what I'm saying, man. And the people like
on it. I'm
everybody, man. There's 700
Big up everyone that's
people.
watching, man. Make sure they're liking the video. Like, you take your shoes off when you walk in your yard, people. Like the stream. It's winter now. It's raining outside. Like the stream.
Get your socks
Come
on.
on, man.
Get your
go,
socks
man.
for your feet.
There you
Big
go.
up, Saeed,
Like the stream, bro, for Travel Lodge, bro. We need likes, man. We need likes, man. Man, then Travel Lodge, bro.
You're giving them free advertisement, my brother. This is not what you're doing them. Are they paying you?
Big up, Saeed, every time, though, man.
No. Big up. Make sure you follow.
No comment.
Never a foul. Have you got anything going on? Never a foul. If you're doing.
Never a foul. I know Cass is coming down potentially tomorrow as well. I know the watch-ons and that carrying on from Friday. We're going to do some generic shows as well. So yeah, never a foul. You know what it is over the World Cup, man. And like this video, subscribe to all the Mandem fans as well. Big up, Dom. Good seeing you. You know what it is,
good
man.
to see you too, brother.
Yeah, man. Make sure you follow Never a Foul, Kaz and Ty. Dominic, someone asked before, United Source, the content coming back. You know what I mean? Like I said,
man, 2 kids, man, and full time, man. I'll just be coming on your shows, bro.
All right, love, man. There you go, people. And obviously, Planet Vaz, like I said, worldwide. You get me soon.
Be careful, man. Don't follow me. Now, I tell these people, man, don't come to my stream, bro, because it ain't for everyone. There's
don't go to stream. You're getting flip-flopping all the time, man.
If you are a crackhead and you need rehab, come to my stream. If you're not, don't come to my stream. That's all I'm going to say.
And make sure when you go to a stream, bring a flip-flop as well, just to make sure.
Trust me,
100%.
You've clocked it. Dom, good man, you've clocked it.
You know them flip-flops?
Like that.
Bring your flip-flops, bro. Bring him.
That is sound right. But listen, people, we're going to go end the stream here. Like the video on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you tomorrow for the watch along.